Hi, welcome again. In this lecture, we will discuss more about orders. Let's choose the invoice to see what the invoices on the system are waiting or delivered for orders through the payment. So here we see these invoices. We can filter the invoice by date, as you see here, and also we see the order status. Here we see the order status, awaiting, bank, delivered, unpack order. This is all of order status. We can edit, delete, or make some action, and we can generate a PDF file by status, by all status. Here we see the invoice options. Enable invoice, it's yes. Enable tax breakdown, if we want to authorize or to enable the tax breakdown. Enable product image, yes. It will be shown at the invoice. Invoice prefix sharp IN as prefix. Here we see add the current year to the invoice number. If we want to add the year at the invoice number, that's good. Reset invoice progressive number at beginning of the year if we want to reset. By the way, no, it's not. No is the best user experience. Position of the year number after the progressive number or before the progressive number. It's your option to choose one of these. Invoice number. The next invoice will begin with this number if we want to more customize the invoice. Legal free text, if we want to display additional text on the invoice, like specific legal information, it will appear below the payment method summary. That's all at this field. Here we see the footer text. So this text in this field will appear at the bottom of the invoice below your company details. That's all for the footer text. And here we see the invoice model, invoice or invoice B2B. That's all for this choose the invoice model. And here we see the use the disk as cache or PDF. I advise you to make it as no. Finally, we have to choose save. That's all for the invoice, how to customize and manage the invoice, how it will appear when the invoice sent to the customer through the email, when the customer make an order for different products from the site. Now let's discuss more about merchants returns. In this part we will see the merchant returns. If we have some products or some orders returned to the store, here we can customize the returns. In this option we see enable returns. Would you like to allow merchants returns in your shop? Maybe yes or maybe no. So time limit of validity, how many days after the delivery date does the customer have to return a product? 14, 13, 20 days. You have to choose your option here. I will make it as a 30 day. Returns prefix sharp RE stands for return. Prefix used for return. That's all for manage and customizing the return policy at your store. Here we see delivery slips. Let's click at delivery slips. We see the delivery slips. Print PDF delivery slips. If we want to make print out for this delivery, we have to customize this delivery from date to date, and we can generate a PDF file for this issues by delivery slips. And here we see delivery slips options with the prefix for delivery slips, prefix used for delivery slips, and delivery number. The next delivery slip will begin with this number if we want. The best user experience to leave it blank. And here enable product image if we want to show the image with the delivery slips if we want. Finally, we have to save our changes on this section or parts. Now we are going to credit slips. Let's choose the credit slips to show how to manage and how to customize the credit slips. Here we see the credit slips: 0 ID, order ID, date, issues. By the way, by default we didn't see any credit slips here, and we can print out from date to date, and we can generate a PDF file for the credit slips when it found on our store. And here we can configure credit slips options by adding credit slip prefix used for credit slips. By the way, most e-commerce site does not use credit slips, but in addition, it's an option at orders section on our e-commerce site by PrestaShop. In this course, I'm here to show you the best user experience to provide a professional e-commerce site and to choose the best ways to provide a good e-commerce store for your customer. Let's save. Sorry. Now I'm going to orders again, and let's discuss more about statuses, which means status of orders. Click here to status if you want to manage and customize more about statuses. The status may be awaiting check payment, payment accepted, processing in progress, shipped, delivered, cancelled, refunded, payment error, on back order, paid, awaiting bank wire payment, awaiting PayPal payment, remote payment accepted, on back order not paid, or awaiting cash on delivery validation. That's all of these 14 status type for the orders. We see this option for the icon of each one. We see the send email for customer if we want. So by the deliver is not available. It's disabled to send an email, but we can change it to be enabled if we want by edit this option. Deliver, invoice, email template, check payment. That's all for this status, and we have to this is return status if we want to add some or customize some of the return status. Let's try to edit some of these statuses on this page. We see the payment accepted, we see the name, we see the icon, which by default we may add some icons here, and we see the color of this option, and we can choose one of these conditions or other conditions to be on the payment. And here we see the template or the name for this issues. Finally, we have to save or cancel this this option as a status. That's all for statuses at order. We can customize and or manage this status. We can add a new status if we want. Finally, we are going to the order messages. Order messages, if we want to customize or to do some orders messages. We see here the message: hi, unfortunately an item on your order is currently out of stock. This may cause a slight delay on in delivery. Please accept our apologize and rest assured that we are working hard to rectify this disregard. That's all. We can edit this form of message. this is the name of the message, and this is the template of this message. We have to save or cancel, and we can add a new order message. If we want to add a new template or new blank template as a message, we have to add or we have to create a new name of the message and the body of the message and save it if we want. That's all for orders in this lecture. See you in next section. Goodbye.